I'm Brian Andrews reporting live from Executive Airport in Fort Lauderdale. Coming up, a woman who shattered the glass ceiling and now soars high above it in a Broward Sheriff's Office helicopter. You'll meet the woman running the aviation unit coming up next.
CBS 4's Brian Andrews live tonight at Executive Airport in Fort Lauderdale to tell us her story tonight. Brian?
Well, Shannon, she was BSO's first female pilot hired, and now Sergeant Christine Ponticelli is running the aviation unit.
Regardless of the weather, they're ready to launch in under 3 minutes flat.
At 3021 Northeast.
Yeah, rescue down there.
BSO's team in the air is a group of dedicated guys.
Pretty easy spot to search.
Run by one tough woman.
I've been flying for 30 years, 17 with BSO, and I've enjoyed every moment of it.
A hands-on leader who knows these steel birds inside and out, Sergeant Christine Ponticelli was promoted to aviation commander in March.
You are the mama of the Papa unit.
Yes, I am.
And they call the BSO aviation unit
The Papa unit, and they would say Papa 510 for myself.
okay, and they joke with you, Mama 510.
They do, they do.
The sergeant says it's so much more than being that big light up in the sky. A light they don't always have to fire up anymore because of onboard technology.
But he's kind of landlocked if he went east.
We don't have to because of the FLIR system, which is infrared,
There's somebody else getting out.
and it works off the heat, and also night vision goggles, which works off a light.
The sergeant's team is also responsible for medevacing trauma patients around the county.
There is a serious trauma that the rescue truck either can't get to the hospital within a certain time period, so they'll call us to expedite to get the patients there.
Patients ride in the back. They can fit two inside the chopper. The pilots don't always see them.
You don't really want to get involved with what's going on.
Because you need to keep your focus.
Right, exactly.
It's got to be tough, especially if you're transporting kids.
Right, and a lot of times we do know that it's a kid, but whether it's a kid, older person, or whoever, we still have a job to do to take that person to get them as quick as possible.
For Sergeant Ponticelli, the thrill of being in the air is really helping her BSO team on the ground.
You're the eyes in the sky,
Right.
but you're also the angel of saving angel.
Exactly, exactly. A lot of kids or adults that have been transported that will come up to us and say, hey, you flew me a couple years back, I'm doing great. So that's always very rewarding to hear that.
And when Christine is not behind the wheel or behind the cockpit controls over here, we found out she's got a heart of gold. She volunteers her time rescuing ferrets and other animals here in Broward County. Reporting live from Executive Airport, I'm Brian Andrews on CBS 4.
CBS 4's Brian Andrews goes one-on-one with Colonel Emilio Gonzalez, the new airport director and head of aviation in Miami-Dade.
I was an outsider in the sense that I've never worked for the county and I've never worked with the county.
Emilio Gonzalez likens MIA to a city of 100,000 people.
And if you add the employees, it comes up to about 135,000.
How you doing?
Man, I'm living the dream.
Gonzalez succeeds Jose Abreu, who recently retired.
You're a PhD.
I am.
You're also a colonel.
I am.
He's former military, former national security, former White House, and a veteran business traveler.
I'm a million miler. I am.
Yeah.
More than that, about 1.4 million, I think.
And he runs a tight ship, just like a military operation.
My meetings last 15 minutes. If you can't tell me what you want in 15 minutes, get another job.
Every day he walks the terminals,
How you doing?
listening.
And it's amazing what you see. It's amazing what you hear.
He says he was floored when he found out about the airport's annual power bill.
It's huge. And
What is it?
It's like $32 or $33 million a year.
He wants to chop that down by installing smart energy systems. Gonzalez says he's doing a top-to-bottom revamp of the power structure of the Miami-Dade Aviation Department.
What I want to do is take this organization, look at it, see where we need to add people, see where we need to remove people, not necessarily fire anybody.
He wants to ramp up international flights, reaching more of the world with a direct flight.
If you're a Korean and you want to go to Argentina, why do you go to Atlanta? Why not here?
By virtue of its location, he says Miami is truly a hub, and it shouldn't be for just one carrier like American.
I want to get more Asian carriers here. I want to get more European carriers here.
What was the coolest thing that you learned when you took the job?
Gonzalez says it has to be the animals who live on the runways at Miami-Dade County airports.
Birds can bring down an airplane. Imagine sucking in a deer or an owl or a rabbit. So the fact that
deer on our runway?
That's what I was told. And it has to be managed, and obviously you can't go out there and declare deer season at the airport but it's one of those things you never think of.
And the little touches. He's ordered a redesign of the airport hotel lobby.
The colors are going to be very, very bright, and I mean, it's going to be a lot more light.
dingy. Let's go.
And he wants to move the airport chapel, which he says right now is too far out of the way.
A nice place to pray.
A nice place to pray, a nice place to be quiet.
He wants to call it an interfaith center. His biggest challenges? Better customer service.
If somebody comes in and spends more time in a line than they do on the flight, that's a terrible welcome to South Florida.
It's not the airport's fault, it's the federal government. And he's holding them to the fire on it, making suggestions.
But it doesn't take away the fact that we could lose business if we don't fix this. You never walk by a mistake.
You're running it like a colonel.
As it should be.
At MIA, Brian Andrews, CBS 4 News.
Brian, a lot of gratitude today.
Well, Cynthia, your dad was in the U.S. Army, my dad was in the U.S. Army, and tonight I'm here in North Miami Beach where the city has just unveiled, or re-unveiled if you will, this World War II gun turret, which was refurbished to the tune of about $63,000 and unveiled to the public today on Memorial Day. Bagpipes played as the Stars and Stripes waved. South Florida veterans reminding all of us it was more than a day off. This was a day to remember.
The Veterans of Foreign Wars, post-1966.
Veterans who came home from wars and those who still have not.
These men and women never let anyone down, which is why they are no longer here today.
In Fort Lauderdale, South Florida saluted its veterans.
If we don't remember our fallen comrades, who will?
A new monument, and this marker reminding us freedom isn't free.
Honor and duty and country, all those things. And never forget.
Another salute on Miami Beach. Prayers for the men and women now in the military, and honors for those who served before.
I'm only 93 years old.
Only?
I just want you to know this.
I'm very proud of my dad. He's a real hero.
Veterans who know they're fighting on the front lines in faraway wars made America what it is.
You can always remember that if it wasn't for your service to your country, they wouldn't have those liberties today.
Memorial Day, more than just a day off or the unofficial start of summer, but a day to remember those who served in our armed forces and made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Reporting live from North Miami Beach, I'm Brian Andrews, CBS 4 News Tonight. Well, Elliot and Shannon, the agents went out, they arrested lots of people, they got lots of guns off the street, they also got drugs off the street, and they even got bulletproof vests like this one in this major early morning law enforcement operation. Weapon after weapon after weapon taken off the streets of Miami Gardens just this morning in Operation Smoking Gun 3.
Without these illegal gun sales, there would be fewer deaths. And without illegal gun sales, there would be fewer robberies.
In just one case, one individual, in the span of 3 months, sold, we're alleging, 15 guns, including an assault rifle and a shotgun. That individual now faces up to life in prison if convicted.
Teams of federal agents and local officers fanned out throughout Miami Gardens early this morning, rounding up people who were being arrested and getting guns like this one off the street. How many guns? Take a look over here. We've got automatic weapons. We've got handguns like this. Oh, and this one's pretty big. We bring this one here. Whoop. Look at this thing. This could have killed somebody. The feds and police announcing 97 arrests, most of them made this morning in an effort to make Miami Gardens residents feel safer.
If you engage in the traffic of illegal guns or drugs in this city, it won't be tolerated. If we didn't get you today, we will get you. We'll get you because we won't stop trying.
And the case isn't over yet, because now that they have these weapons, they're going to be doing ballistics tests on these weapons, which may lead them to new clues and new arrests in old cases. Reporting from Miami Gardens PD, I'm Brian Andrews, CBS 4 News.